Hello, hello, Awesome Soul here, and I am back to review another bot. The very first helicopter I believe I've ever recorded on this channel, and should be interesting, I hope. So, this beautiful creation is created by dragossky, and it is the IGGAME Copter. A massive behemoth of a helicopter. This thing is packing the full 2000 CPU. And all in all, design looks pretty snazzy, I must say. Although, as a personal thing, I'm not really a fan of the built-in cockpit, but that's just me. Plenty of rods on this thing, and this is more or less a first impressions video, by the way. So, just keep that in mind, I guess. I've got the rest of Soul Squad flying around them as well. I managed to convince them to do so. But anyways, the thing with this copter, it is looking pretty good. There are a few things, though, that I did notice before going into its first match that I would like to point out. The very first ones are the laser placement. The very top is not necessarily the greatest spot for a helicopter. I mean, you have the plasma, though, to get the ground vehicles. Thing is, though, yeah, this situation here. I got the bottom lasers and the top lasers, or the middle lasers, taken off. I only had the top lasers left, and I couldn't hit the ground unit. And I had only one plasma left, so the fire rate was incredibly slow. So that's something to take into consideration. Also, when it comes to the count of the weapons themselves, the plasma, I believe, is on nominal, and the lasers are on nominal as well. It's not exactly a good thing. It's always good to have one more than nominal. Although, it is a tank, essentially. It's a flying fortress, more or less. So, I guess if you're wanting to be a soul damage absorber, not necessarily a offensive unit, I mean, this thing can hold its own in a fight, it would seem. But, yeah, if you want to be more of a tank, then keeping the nominal count is perfectly fine as is. Hello there. See if we can't bomb the hell out of this guy. Yeah, plasma, not really the best weapon for a max CPU robot. Runs out of power very quickly. Mind you, though, the fact that it is a helicopter and an air unit gives it the plus it needs to, in my eyes, viably run plasma. If you're a ground unit and running plasma at this CPU range, I probably would avoid it. That's a little tangent I guess I will go off on. Plasma is mainly an anti-ground weapon, more than anything else. If you are a mech, you can use it reliably, if you have some good jumping capabilities on it. Other than that, though, you'd probably want to stick to another weapon if you're going for, I guess, a ground bot. So there we go. Not bad. We're kind of completely obliterating them. Although they have managed to take out this thing to pretty low health, which is, I don't know, a little annoying, because the next thing I do need to talk about is the fact that the weapons, they do seem to get torn off very easily. Now, I'm not sure why exactly. Perhaps that they're all on rods? Or they do come together in a focal point, possibly. I think I did notice that for the front two lasers. They're probably mounted fairly close together, it seems. There we go, very nice. And the last thing that I do need to talk about is the front rotor blades. I did notice, rather, that they are actually partially separated. Not fully separated, but partially. The thing, though, there is, when it comes to the actual cubes that they put around, I assume for aesthetic reasons mainly, they actually do end up connecting both the top and bottom rotor, hence why the front rotors seem to be going fairly quickly. I think that's the first time I've actually been taken out, rotor-wise. So as far as its airborne capabilities, this thing definitely does seem to fly pretty well. But I guess, yeah, now I can go into the garage bay and just do a quick fly around and point out, I guess, any other flaws that I might see with this thing. Or, I guess, hammer home a few of them, give a visual representation. Just have to wait on the game to load here. Ah, yes, the favorite part of the game. Figuring out what's in your box. Is it garbage, or is it a godsend? We'll only know if we... Oh, only silver, huh? Thought I did better than that. Well, not the best, rather, but could be worse, I guess. All cubes. So there we go. Combat. Yeah, it tanked a lot of hits. Stayed alive. I guess I would give it 5 stars. Certainly not a perfect 5 stars, but no bot's perfect. Style, it is very fancy looking. So here we go. Into the garage bay. I guess I will start with the rotor blade. So here, this is what I'm talking about. It was all connected to there. And, oh, that's the other thing too. I mean, it's all rotted up basically, but they all connect to more or less the same spot. So, that's something you might want to look into. But here, they do connect to that, which is a very good idea. But, unfortunately, these cubes here are still holding on to the nub of this rotor, which then connect up to this rotor, which negates the whole purpose of the damage routing you just did here. So you might want to get on that. For those of you who don't quite know what I'm getting at, if this thing is taken out, the only way for the rest of the damage to route is to go to there. But your damage is most likely going to route up to the top one and have that taken out a lot quicker. So, other than that, I have noticed a lot of interior electroplates. You might want to think about putting them on the outside, or if you have some reason as to why they're on the inside, let me know. There are a few back here. Yeah, there we go. So, this probably isn't the best use of CPU. I would either have this somewhere else, possibly underneath, more exposed, where it can actually absorb a few shots, or just simply remove them entirely and add the rest of the CPU to cubes, perhaps, or more thrusters. Then again, though, this thing is actually pretty quick for something at max CPU. Let me just double check here. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. So, these guns, more or less, are connected to the same cube. So you absolutely need to move this rod possibly to here, have it connect more so there, at the very least, because this thing gets taken out and boom, it's connected to this cube, and then boom, it routes out to there and this thing's gone. So a single shot in this area, you're going to be losing 2 guns instead of 1. Not only that, they are fairly close in this direction as well, so just a few hits to the very front and you're losing all your laser firepower, more or less. Especially those able to hit downward units. This thing can hit aerial units, but I don't know. It's, yeah, weapon placement needs a bit of work. Other than that, though, the thing is more or less golden. So, I will end the video right about here. I, of course, have been the Awesome Soul. I thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.